What's going on? Good morning. What's up, North Sail? Crystal Ball, that first sip of coffee in the morning. Yeah, I feel you. Best part of the day. Good morning, JB. Peter, good morning. KK, good morning. Welcome to the last day of the week. The last day of the week. We'll see if we can pull this week out of our butts here. Yesterday was definitely a bit slow. Today we have one leading gapper here, a penny stock up 150%. Pre-market charts, it's all right. BENF moving up here, up 80%. Not too bad. Pre-market chart. Chad, good morning. LB, good morning. So let's take a look. PEV. So PEV, our leading gapper up 150%. Do we have news on PEV? $19 million share float on PEV. Doesn't look like, no, it looks like we do have news yesterday. Yesterday after hours. Trading higher up, the company reported a year-over-year increase in Q1 financial results. Reports a record 9.4 million revenue and 14.8 million net income for the first quarter of 2024. So, it's a kind of earnings revenue news that, who knows, maybe we can see some continuation on this. 19 million share float. Yeah, I mean, since it's a penny stock, maybe, it kind of offsets that a bit. Maybe we can see something here. It's worth to keep an eye on. I'll put it in alert. Right under $1. I'd be interested if this gets over $1 again for the break of pre-market highs. Sam, day trading, good morning. Gus, good morning. The next leading gapper here, BENF. So BENF making a move this morning from 7 a.m. up from 120 to 228. Pretty decent chart, stair-stepping kind of action, which we like. So nice kind of 5-minute or 1-minute ABCD or 5-minute ABCD pattern, breaking out another kind of ABCD pattern, and then breaking out 1-minute bull flag here, continuing higher. Very clean chart. It's a very clean chart. Holding our highs from their previous level, which is always good to see. Always good to see. So now we're coming up on the fourth kind of consolidation here on our uptrend. Is this one going to be able to still hold this previous high, which only had about a 4-minute consolidation? So I'm not quite sure. Maybe we're a bit extended here. Maybe we pull back to this $2 level before continuing higher. But I like BENF. We have increasing volume on the day. We have our increasing volume here. So that's always good to see. What's the float on this one? 3 million share float. So nice low float. We love that. Adam James says he likes BENF. It's going to halt up at the open. I wouldn't be surprised. Definitely wouldn't be surprised. So let's take a look at the news. The news for BENF. Looks like BENF trading higher after the company announced its subsidiary, Beneficient Company Holdings, consummated a previously announced transaction pursuant to which approximately $126 million of its preferred equity was redesignated as non-redeemable. Interesting. To convert, so they're converting 126 million of its preferred equity into a permanent equity, which is expected to reflect on its balance sheet. Shares of the company rose 42% Friday pre-market. So I've never seen this catalyst before, so we'll see if it is reacting well to it, but I don't have sort of a historical knowledge of how this catalyst regularly affects the stock price, but we are up about 80%. It looks like they're just converted some preferred equity into permanent equity. And yeah, they did appoint a new board member. But usually just appointing a new board member, like that news usually isn't that good. Good morning, Don Juan. Good morning, family. What's up? What's up? What's up? So let's take a look at the daily chart here on BENF. Where is the 200 EMA? 200 EMA, well below the 200 EMA, up at $43. 180-day 200 EMA is at 197, so above that. Sometimes there is resistance at the 180-day 200 EMA. So yeah, it looks like we couldn't hold that high, that previous high. We're coming down, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a test of 199, 198 before maybe curling back up, which would be nice to see, a nice curl on this later in the morning for the red to green. But the daily chart, where can we potentially top out? Where's our resistance? So looks like previous resistance, I guess we're looking up here around 283. Definitely around that whole dollar. We did reject this level. So maybe around 280 and then 330. And up here, right around 450, 449. I'd be surprised if we get up there, but I think we have a good chance of at least reclaiming this previous topping tail here at 340. I think there's a possible move there. Could also go bananas, but I don't know. We'll see. I have a skill issue with congested stocks on level 2, like BNF. Can't get a good read. Bounces right here at 210. Calling it now. If not, it comes down to rebot probably. The fact that these candles are so huge, holding levels very high. Float is unreal. Things should blast off today. Yeah, usually it's a really good sign when we're seeing stocks kind of respect their levels. It's been a long time since we've actually seen sort of this clean action, this clear stair-stepping through these levels. Usually we're all over the place. We'll break out or come back down, stop out at the lows, and then reclaim, and then finally go, and then wick all the way back down, and then, that type of action can get frustrating for sure. So it's really nice and refreshing to see something that's a little bit more clean, for sure. 1 cent spread. So, we'll be able to take some decent size. Be able to take some decent size without any or at all slippage on BENF. Yeah, because no one invests anymore. Yeah, ever since after COVID, we had that, the no commissions trading. Everyone is scalping. Everyone is in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to minimize their risk and trying to take their profits. That it definitely, the market makers are adjusting to that sort of strategy, and it's definitely causing a lot more chop in the action. So nice little bear trap here. We had our bull flag, failed bull flag, breaking to the lows, holding, curling back up through previous support. So now, this is considered a bear trap. Can we hold this now level right around 210 and curl up and squeeze? How often do I size up while my metrics support it? Yeah, well, my metrics the past 3 weeks haven't been supporting it. I've been red, so just trying to get a nice green day, just to kind of get myself back. But yeah, I mean, when I'm on a green streak, like I consistently try my best to size up incrementally to get to new heights. But yeah, if I'm in a red streak right now, the past 7 out of 9 days, the past 9 trading days, 7 of them were red. I'm in a more of a rehab sort of mentality right now. I need to focus on the basics, focus on taking high quality setups and ending green. You know, not really shooting for the moon right now, just kind of trying to regain my trading strategy, regain confidence in my trading strategy. Because right now it's not working out. So right now, the past 3 weeks, you know, definitely in a rough patch. But this has happened 2 other times in my career already, where I've had 7 out of the past 9 days be red. So it's happened to me before, and most of the time, if I just keep it tight and just try to survive, you know, it eventually turns around. Eventually I turn around. So I just got to be aware of that, and not get too down on myself. CMTL, looks like you want to invest in CMTL. What's CMTL? Comtech Telecommunications, Telecom. Pretty decent chart. I don't know, man. It's pretty rough, especially for an investment. Telecommunications. I don't know about I don't know what they do, but satellite modems, space and satellite modems. Yeah, maybe that's the next thing, is the space and satellite industry. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, if you did your due diligence, you know, be confident in that. That's what matters, you know. I have no idea much about this company, so anything I say, take with a grain of salt. So PEV curling up, nice penny stock. Penny stock curling up here, getting some volume. So we got about maybe 12 minutes here in the open. Make sure drop that like on the way out if you are tuning into your own trading and focusing on getting ready for the open. And subscribe if you're new. So PEV, what is the daily chart looking like? So a little bounce here off the low. Topped out at 112. So somewhere in there. And maybe can we move up to 150? Can we see a move up to 150, this level? That could be nice. Could definitely give us some opportunity on PEV. And BENF, I think right now looks the best though. Let's take a look at JBDI. That one's the third leading gapper. Let's see. JBDI, very light volume. You got that sort of barcode effect. Do we have news on it? Don't have any news. So no news, light volume, barcode effect. Not really looking good there. Not really looking good. 6.5 million share float though, so you know, pretty low float. It looks like Haddon got smoked trying to catch a bounce on JBDI, Chinese company that is used to diluting. Jeez. That's one hell of a day there. From 39, we were green on this day. Up from 27 up to 39. Bulls thought this was going to the moon. For it to end on the day down here at $2.20. The possibilities in the market are endless. The possibilities for huge rewards and huge risks. It is truly the Wild West here in the stock market. Truly the Wild West. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's why we got to follow our rules, because just when you think it has to bounce, just when you think it has to keep going higher, you're going to get humbled for sure. You're going to get humbled. BENF, are we going to break this previous low? If we break this previous low, it's kind of back to kind of bearish on this pattern until we find some support again. But if we can form a higher low, then, you know, we definitely have that move for this over this pivot. 218, we definitely have that possibility. Everything's possibilities, everything's probabilities, nothing's guaranteed. Got to play the odds of the market. Got to play the probabilities of the setup. Nothing's ever guaranteed. So if you're waiting for a setup that is guaranteed, you'll never take a trade. You'll never make money. But you'll never lose money too. So, you know, I mean, depends where you're at. Depends where you're at. But you can never ensure that you're going to be correct. It's always a probability. Every time you hit that buy button. So this is it. Pretty much BENF is looking like our kind of best looking stock here coming out of the open, which is, you know, could be good. A lot of the times in the past where we've seen only one kind of good stock here, pre-market, you know, that stock ends up going to the moon because everybody's looking at it. All the traders are looking at it, and it has the most potential demand. So maybe, you know, it's a good thing that we only have kind of one good looking gapper here coming into the open. Can we get another spike in volume at the open? Can we get a, you know, huge candle kind of overshadowing all of these pre-market candles for at least in the volume? Yeah, usually my best days are those days where it's one stock everybody is just looking at, and the stock is just consistently giving great opportunity. And there's no, like, you know, distractions. You know, whenever there's, you know, a day where there's like 10 stocks, 7 stocks, even more than 4 stocks like popping up at once, I don't know which one to choose, you know? So I'm trying to catch all these moves, jumping through stocks, and I'm just, my attention is not focused. I have diverted attention, and I end up missing every setup, every stock, and I'm red on all of them because I can't dial in on one. So in a way, it's good when you do have kind of one stock that's obvious that everyone's looking at, and, you know, you can really focus and really just get that laser-like focus and not really have any distractions, and you know that it's going to give opportunity at some point. Versus trading some stock that kind of just has some random pop, and you don't even know if it's ever going to pop again off of a bounce. It's just kind of maybe fading volume and just goes right back to the low because nobody's really looking at it. Don Juan says attention is spread like a 1 million floater. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Some days, like, our attentions are spread and we don't really get, you know, that consistent opportunity, but, you know, we'll have like these random pops on like 10 different stocks. But yeah, I think today attention is more kind of lasered into BENF, and I think we can see something good. I'm definitely hopeful. And, you know, we're still holding a good trend here. We're still very bullish here coming into the open, holding a nice trend, stair-stepping up, good patterns here. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes, get a different kind of perspective. So 5-minute ABCD, 5-minute bull flag, 5-minute micro pullback. And on the 1 minute, this would just be kind of like a, well, I guess on the 1 minute, this would be kind of elongated ABCD pattern, and then a 1 minute ABCD pattern, and then a 1 minute bull flag. And then we also have that bear trap. But kind of breaking below here the EMA. So can we kind of wick into a green candle like we did here and here? Or is this going to close and come down here to 2? Even if it does come down to 2, I still think it looks good because the trend, if we draw our little trend line here, it'll still support to pull back to 2. But if it does break below 2 and come all the way back down to 180, 170, then it's not really looking that good. It's definitely not looking that good for the continuation move. If you want the continuation move, it can't fade too far off the highs, or else just the bulls just don't have enough juice to kind of push it back up and have that continued strength to move higher. Unless you trigger a massive short squeeze, but usually if the stock is faded so far off the high, the shorts are more confident and there's a lot more selling pressure between longs also holding bags trying to get out of their position from higher levels, and shorts being at such a higher average price that they're more confident averaging in lower for a longer hold time position. Yaguari says Ford. Let's take a look. Ford. It's a micro float. 800K float. Making a move from 3 to 6, pulling back to 486. It's quite a bit off the highs, but since it's a really light float, really small float, can we start to creep back up to the highs? It doesn't have any news, so I don't know why it's up. But maybe Ford, but I definitely think BENF is going to be the main watch here for the open. Did have a little bit of a wick down there to 2. Let's see what happens. So we got about 3 minutes left. Just follow our rules, follow risk management. I think we can see some good opportunity. I think we can end green. I'm staying positive. I can definitely end green today. It's definitely possible. I can put this period of trading behind me and move forward. It's time to move forward from this red streak. It's time to get back to my all-time highs and time to make some money. Let's go. So good luck, guys. Follow our rules for risk management, and we can definitely come out on top today. So good luck, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.